You know those days, the ones we were just completely wiped out, but you can't for the life of you figure out why? It's super confusing, right? And honestly, really frustrating. So today, let's get into what's actually going on with that invisible drain on our energy.
Okay, so think about it. You didn't run a marathon today. You didn't even go for a jog around the block.
Nope. And you didn't lift any heavy boxes or hit the gym. Your muscles have pretty much been on vacation.
And yet, you feel completely and utterly drained. It's this deep, heavy exhaustion that just won't go away. And logically, it makes zero sense.
So what in the world is going on? If it's not physical, then what is it? That's the big question we're going to tackle right now, because so many of us feel this, but we just can't quite put a name to it. All right, so this feeling, it actually has a name. And to really get it, we have to start with the idea that the heaviest things we carry are often completely invisible. It's called emotional exhaustion, and it's basically this. Your body is shut down for the day, but your mind just won't stop. It's constantly processing, worrying, holding things in. It's like your body's on the couch, but your brain is still running a marathon.
And this is what makes it so tough. See, with physical tiredness, it's easy, right? You can say, oh, I'm exhausted, I ran 5 miles, and everyone gets it. They see it. But emotional exhaustion, there's nothing to show for it. No sweat, no sore muscles. It's all happening on the inside, which makes it almost impossible to explain to other people, and sometimes even to yourself.
And what's the first thing we tell ourselves? I shouldn't feel this tired, right? We start to beat ourselves up because there's no good reason. We think we should just be able to push through it, which of course just piles on even more pressure. So who tends to feel this the most? Well, funny enough, it's often the most caring and responsible people. You know, the ones who are super in tune with their surroundings, who always seem to be carrying the emotional load for everyone else. They're the listeners, the observers, the ones who are processing way more than they ever show. They just endure, without complaining.
Okay, so this leads us to one of the most frustrating parts of this whole thing. When you try to rest, but it doesn't actually feel restful at all.
I mean, you can literally lie in bed all day long, you cancel all your plans, you do nothing, and you still feel tired. Why is that? What's going on? Well, it turns out we might need to rethink what rest actually is. Because here's the key. True rest isn't just the absence of activity, it's the absence of emotional pressure. It's not about what your body is doing, it's about what your mind is doing. If your mind is still sprinting, you're not resting, period. So what keeps that engine running? Well, it's all the stuff your mind is holding on to. Expectations from yourself and others, replaying old memories and conversations, all those worries about what's coming next, and maybe the biggest one of all those emotions you never let out. It takes a ton of energy to keep that stuff locked down. Okay, so if just plopping on the couch isn't the solution, what is? Let's talk about what it actually takes to get true rest and really, truly recharge. And this requires a really big mindset shift. Because the answer isn't more motivation. It's not about grinding or pushing through. That's like trying to rev the engine of a car that's completely out of gas. What you actually need is emotional safety. You need a space where you feel safe enough to stop performing, stop holding it all together, and just be. So how do we get there? It really comes down to 3 things. First, you have to let those emotions come up. No judgment, just let them be. Second, you've got to let go of that need to always be the strong one. And third, and this is huge, you have to actually give yourself permission to pause. Not just your body, but your mind and your heart too. And listen, if you hear nothing else, hear this. Feeling this way is not a sign of weakness. It doesn't mean you're failing. It doesn't mean you're broken.
Actually, it's the total opposite. It's a sign that you've been incredibly strong for way too long. Think of it like a battery. You've just been giving out way more energy than you've been taking in, and now you're running on empty. It's a signal that something needs to change.
And this just says it all, doesn't it? You're not tired of life. You're tired of the constant pressure of holding it all together. There's a huge difference. So, if any of this felt familiar to you, let this be your permission slip. You really don't have to carry everything all the time. It is absolutely okay to put that weight down.